Alright, so let's look at what we got so far. Chris is going to do his little special techniques. Look at that gold, that's crazy.
A lot of gold.
Chris does not have a blue blow or some kind of fine sluice to get all the black sands out. So
the danger is if you try to pan, eventually the gold starts walking toward the edge, and you don't want to lose any, even if you're working in a safety pan. So at some point, I stop. When the gold starts to migrate toward the edge of the pan, those little lighter flakes, I stop trying to pan off the edge of the pan. And I do a trick that I call tipping and walking. Most everybody is familiar with the tipping method, where you get your gold in the pan and you kind of try and tip the black sand off of the gold. You get the black sand, a little less water would be good. Try to get the black sand to migrate down to the bottom of your pan and the gold to stay up at the top. But when there's that much gold in there, it's already hitting bottom in the pan and piling up on top of itself, and it's trapping all that black sand. I cannot hardly get it separated. So here's what I do.
it's a pile of gold, man.
It is a pile of gold. And that's why the black sand is not coming to the top of it. It's because the gold is hitting bottom already.
Yep.
And piling up. So when I can't tip any more off, I've developed, just by
not having a blue bowl,
for lack of any better reason, trial and error. Say some of the best inventions I've done. I just walk the gold up the edge of the pan by tapping the edge of the pan, and watch the gold just walk right up the pan. Stop before you get too close to the edge, and then you can manually kind of manipulate it. If you got black sand trying to go up with it, just leave that behind. You'll get it the next time around. Get the gold to a position where you can just scrape it off into a clean pan. Work it to the edge. It's not going anywhere if you keep water on it, and rake it off. Right into there. That's your clean gold. Pretty darn clean. Very little black sand gets in there that way. Now I can usually tip off a little more because I got rid of some of that dead weight. I hate to call gold dead weight, but it sort of is when it's in the way like that. And now I can tip off a little bit more. And I'll just work at it slowly, tipping off as much as I can. Go back to walking it up the edge of the pan. Rinse and repeat until you get it down to where there's virtually nothing left, and you can kind of get your finger in there and just work it around. Get the last little bit of the black sand separated from the gold.
Yep. Rinse and repeat.
Let us walk a little bit more up because it's pretty. It's nice to watch it magically appear right up the side of the pan.
Here it comes to the lens. Ooh, look at that.
And you can sometimes eject a few little pieces of debris if you see them in there, little bits of lead maybe. We'll get rid of that.
There's black manganese.
We do not need that. Or they can come out later. You know, you can always pick them out a little bit later, or send it to the refiner and let them do it. There's another one. A piece of lead. Don't need that.
Back to the pan.
Work it to the edge. One more big chunk of lead I'm going to get out. And we'll just get that later. Back to the pan. Get it to the edge. Tip and pour.
Tip and pour. All right.
There you go. Your gold is getting in there, collecting in the clean pan. That's the grasshopper method.
That is the grasshopper method. I use a blue bowl, so I didn't even know what he did, so I got to see it actually, finally, what he does. But maybe I'll buy him a blue bowl for Christmas, folks. You never know. He probably wouldn't like it though, because he's been doing this for a couple of years, 3 years now. There you go. Blue bowl versus the Handegard method. Both work. Good job, man.
Got to find the gold first, though.
That's right.
Team Grasshopper rocks.
Yes, they do.